So we talked earlier today. We were talking about needing only a 5th place to wrap it up. So what were your scores today? 22-12?
Yeah, I think it was 22-12, but was able to pull it off. And after that first moto, I was kind of freaking out. Points lead was kind of diminished to 10 points, and I knew I had to get a good start in that second moto, which I did. But then Alessi pulled a bonehead move and never shut off into that corner and took us both down. And was sitting there standing on top of my bike trying to hold me there. I don't know what he was trying to do, but I kept my bike running, and finally I just waited for him to get off my bike, and I got up and I won the championship. So
where did Walker come into play in that whole skirmish?
I don't know. All I know is me. I was trying to push Mike. He was standing on my bike, and I was trying to push him off of it, and so I could get going, and he wouldn't get off. And then all of a sudden Matt barrels in there and was trying to help me out, which is cool, but. I really don't know. But thanks, Matt. You helped me out a little bit. But that's how it all went down.
So what's going through your mind in the first moto when you're so far back?
And I got a pretty decent start that first moto and landed on Hepler's bike when he crashed and went down really hard. And by the time I got going and got my chain on my bike and all that, I was so far back, and I had no idea where I was at, but I just kept on charging and tried to get some points. I think I got close, but I think 22nd. But you know what? Just rode as hard as I could and went to the second moto and tried to do what I could.
So you had to put your chain back on?
Yeah. Well, it took me a while to get my bike tweaked back together, and I started it and I put it in gear, and it was just making a clicking noise. I was like, what the heck? I looked down and my chain was off on the rear sprocket. So I put it back in neutral and somehow got my chain back on, just rolled it back on like you do on a bicycle, and just went from there. And the whole time I was freaking out, kind of thinking my chain's gonna fall off, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So what's going through your mind on the line start second moto?
I was somewhat calm. I knew what I had to do, and didn't have the best gate pick, but picked the best one I could, and I knew I was going to have to hole shot or get a good start, and I came out second. I just left it on longer than everybody and going into the first corner and came out second, and then that's when Alessi tried a sweet move.
Sweet move. So I saw you holding your elbow afterwards? Yeah,
actually my whole right side's pretty banged up, but I went and had the docs hook me up and feeling a lot better now.
Looks like you got some bitchin' scallops on your side there.
Yeah, I'm pretty beat up, but you know what? I'll take it with that #1 plate.
So how does it feel? #1.
Feels good. I don't think it's really sunk in because it was such a bad day. It's kind of, it's I don't know. It hasn't sunk in. I'm sure it will tonight, and it feels good. I just like to thank everybody that's helped me out along the way.
I can remember watching you, when you're on Team Plano.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the hot sauce patch and thinking, what kind of nickname is that?
Out of control.
Dude, watching you, I would have never thought that guy's going to be one of our national champs.
Hey, I don't think anybody did. I think me and Kenny Watson were sitting right here. We were talking about it earlier. It's like I've just had to work my way from the bottom somewhat, and had a lot of good people to help me do that, and the Lord's blessed me with it, and what can I say? It's been a good couple years.
Compare this to your Supercross time.
I think it's a lot better. Supercross titles are cool, but outdoor title, that's huge, and it feels great because it's not what I'm best at, and I came through this year, so it feels good.
All right. Pick that number yet?
I don't know. I'll think about it tonight. I'll ask a few people and see what. I'll write a few numbers down and see what looks good.
All right. Congratulations.
All right. Thanks a lot.